Now, I know people who have red beards like to stick together.
Yeah, I wish I had a red beard.
You did.
A lot of salt, not enough paprika in my game.
Actually, when it was red, it was on your head, not on your face, right? You never had a red beard.
It does get a little bit red.
Right, but you didn't grow. You didn't wear a beard
when
back then.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I just recently started wearing a beard. And I never knew wearing a beard.
Yeah.
It's not like something you got to go in the closet. I'm going to wear a beard today.
Well, you do have a choice.
You have a beard.
No, but you can shave it.
Wearing is a choice. Like when you go in your closet, I'm going to wear a hoodie today.
I believe that a beard is a choice.
Right, but you don't, anyway.
Yeah, you
don't
these things
wear it,
called razors.
you have it.
Anyway,
and then
whatever.
you shave it and you don't have it.
You never had a red beard, right? You never had a red beard.
I had a red goatee.
Right, okay.
Red goatee.
Like John Brebbia. Like Zach Littell.
No. Like Sam Darnold would.
Did that bother you last night? And
Definitely.
For those of you who didn't see it, John Brebbia ends up being the surprise opener. Oh, and isn't that a fun surprise? Surprise opener, Kyle Harrison is sick, and so he didn't go out there last night. And Brebbia, I guess, not that any of us would know this, he's got a thing. Him and Gabe have a thing. It's a little dynamic. Oh, isn't it fun? So when Gabe gets to the mound, Brebbia looks at him and goes, "Are you sure?" Like, haha, do you really want to take me out?
It's like, you coaching?
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
It is, but it's not the same thing at all because Brebbia is the class clown. He is truly doing it in a total...
Chris Paul's a Hall of Famer,
right,
so we should hold him to a different standard.
Well, Chris is actually mad. John's not. John's not challenging his coach. He's just being a goofball. So Gabe gets out there yesterday, and maybe he took it a little bit extra. I don't know if this is his last opener as a Giant. I don't know. This might be the last time he gets removed from a game by Gabe Kapler. So he's like, "You sure?" And then he tries to hide the ball in his back pocket. And wasn't that, it killed the crowd. I mean, I tell you what, everybody's just loving it. So anyway, bottom line is it ended up looking really awkward on video. I saw everything from, are they fighting, to, is Gabe hiding an emery board for John? Like something, is he got a substance here that Gabe is hiding in his... There ends up just being this really awkward, arms are going in every direction. It's like, are you leaving? No. Are you leaving? Wait. And then he tries to point out to the bullpen. It gets blocked. Somebody drops something.
Oh, jeez.
They're all laughing. They're
not all laughing.
Well, they kind of are. The
Luciano was
infielders
laughing because it was really awkward. J.D. Davis was not laughing.
No, I don't even know if those guys were paying attention. I just mean Gabe and John are both laughing.
Sure.
And in the end, it's like them doing their normal thing, but on a night that was a elimination sensation.
Cha-ching.
It's going to hit people a certain way.
Yes, and the way it hits is tone deaf. And if you want to do that after you've clinched a playoff spot, now let's just have all the fun we can have because you know what? We've clinched the third and final wild card, and these games are basically meaningless because we're going to the playoffs and everything's good and the house is full and we're a winning team and all the rest of it. But to do it on the heels of Logan Webb talking about Pusoy Gate and a card game that people are playing pregame and nobody's taking it seriously, and you had closed door meetings and you had other veterans quoted in the Baggerly piece as, basically guys aren't trying hard enough to win. You have a game that ultimately knocks you out of the playoff race. You don't score a run, and this is how you comport yourself? Terrible timing, bad look. I thought it was an embarrassment.
I get that it's going to hit people a certain way. I do think sometimes in sports, not sometimes, lots of times, we do stuff like this. And some are different than others. I'll give you a couple of the most recent examples. How about Jimmy Garoppolo smiling in the NFC Championship game? That's like, we don't even know what he was smiling about.
Exactly.
Cameras happen to catch him, whatever, but it bothers certain people. How about Draymond Green and LeBron James hugging after the Warriors got eliminated? That bothered some people. I knew in that moment that was going to. That didn't bother me.
This is Jordan Bell. You remember, former Warrior.
Sure.
When I think they were up by 30 in a game, and he got a steal, and he threw it off glass to himself so he could dunk it. It was a terrible look, and it's not the way the Warriors wanted to go about their business, and it was an embarrassment. Or when Jordan Bell decided to buy, I think he bought candles and had them sent to Mike Brown's room and charged Mike Brown's room for it. Yeah, dude, you're a rookie. Right. We're not doing that.
Listen,
it's tone deaf.
Tone deaf, maybe. I always hesitate where I'm like, okay, are we being realistic here? It's like when you lose the last game of a road trip, are you allowed to talk on the plane? Or are you just supposed to be mad every second of every day until you play again and win? Sometimes I think we ask people to be a little bit too serious, and John Brebbia is a goofball. He is. The guy is a half stand-up comedian, half pitcher. Okay, so if you guys got your thing and you want to do it, but I fully understand, especially the day after Logan Webb is sitting here going, you guys, we're pointing the finger at you too, and Jock Peterson gets name slapped in an Andy Baggerly column for caring more about a card game than studying pitchers. For you to literally be down in a game, Juan Soto goes gone, and you're down in a game, and you're facing elimination, and that's how you leave the mound. I would ask it this way. Are we being unrealistic to ask you to be serious all the time? Maybe. But are you being unrealistic, John and Gabe, in thinking that in that moment is going to look okay?
Yes.
I agree with you.
You got to have some context.
I mean, if you're Gabe, why don't you not tonight? Not tonight, John.
Right.
Just give me the ball.
This is a wide receiver down 35-0 in the fourth quarter, scoring a touchdown or even getting a first down and jumping up and pointing and doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk and, gesticulating to everyone and going crazy. It's like, my friend, you're down 35-0. You finally scored. You're down 35-7 for a team that's maybe 2-5, and you're heading for a 6 loss in your first 8, and your coach is already calling the moving company because he's getting fired, and you're out there doing your thing. It's just wrong place, wrong time.
I wonder if that bothered everybody. 888-957-9570, that's one. And then this. Is Kapler coming back? So, again, Tim Kawakami.
Kapler?
Kawakami joins us about a half hour ago and says the vote of confidence that all of you say has happened has not happened. Not only because he didn't translate it that way, Tim is talking to people in high places. And he literally said, I've talked to a lot of people who have say in there who don't talk publicly. And I'm telling you that that's not the way they feel. Okay? This was really great stuff from Kawakami. If you missed any of it, Odyssey app, YouTube, you can find it. But let's compare that to what Mike Dunleavy said 48 hours before trading Jordan Poole.
We love having those guys here. Jordan, especially with his contract extension, plan to have him here for 4 more years at least. And then Jonathan's, he's shown really good progression and growth, I think, in his first couple of years. Unfortunately for him, I think the playing time hasn't been there. And so that's on all of our shoulders to figure out how do we get him in the game more. That's on Jonathan's shoulders to improve and make the right adjustments to his game, as well as, our front office, our coaching staff, figuring out what works. So both those guys, really, really good young players we're pleased with. They have great value around the league. And, obviously a lot of rumors and stuff come up at this time of the year, but we're happy with those guys.
Silly rumors. Look, we should have known, and some of us did. But anyway, we should have known right away.
Look at you taking that victory lap.
Well, hey, if it's
you said you weren't going to do it.
If it's the thing to do. No, look.
You're not a follower.
Again, we're going to spend plenty of time on things where I've been wrong today, all week long for that matter.
I'm looking forward to it.
We already are. Mike Dunleavy answers a question about Jordan and Jonathan and spends 3/4 of the time on Jonathan.
Right.
Plus, listen to what he said. He's talking about Jonathan. He's like, look, he needs more playing time, and that's on us and the coaching staff and all of these things. Okay, what would you like to say about Jordan? Well, yeah, he's got a contract.
Well, he said we plan on having him for 4 more years and many years
with his
after
extension.
That.
Yeah, right. We plan on it.
Plans change, Mark. I mean, sometimes you plan on going to this restaurant, and you get there, and it's sold out, and so you end up going to a different restaurant. Mm-hmm. You planned on going to restaurant A, but you didn't go there. You went to restaurant B. And that's the way that goes.
This is interesting.
Plans change. No, and I think that's...
How are you feeling now? You've been pretty darn close to 100%.
I've been mid-90s. They're both coming back.
And you still feel that way.
I'm a little bit more shaken after Tim Kawakami came on, and he is a guy who knows people. Now, he's one of these reporters who he talks to people. He's not one of these guys who goes off willy-nilly. So I'd say I'm a little bit shaken.